Everyone tells you what your 20s are for. They say your 30s are for building and your 40s are for hustling. But no one prepares you for the clarity, peace, and perspective your 50s bring. Today, I want to share what my 50s are teaching me and what I believe you should be doing in yours. The lesson of slowing down. When I look back at my 20s and 30s, I feel like I lived them at two times the speed. I was always rushing somewhere, whether it was school, work, a meeting, another event, weddings, you name it. I used to wear busy like a badge of honor. If my calendar was full, I thought it meant I was doing life right. Then one morning in my early 50s, I woke up and realized I couldn't remember the last time I had actually watched a sunrise. Not just saw it while driving to work, but really sat there, tea in hand, breathing it all in. So, guess what? I started every morning, just 10 minutes outside. Before I used to think that, oh, I need to go on a 30-minute walk or an hour walk. No, I started small, just 10 minutes outside, no phone, no emails, just me, the birds chirping, and the sun. And in that stillness, y'all, I realized I had spent decades chasing a finish line that didn't even exist. Now I move slower on purpose. I drive in the slow lane sometimes. I take the long way home if the road has trees that make me smile. I say no to things that don't matter so I can say yes to things that do matter. In your 50s, you got to learn to savor. The hustle taught you how to run. Now it's time to learn how to be. And I am so about my peace in my 50s. Like, I can't even tell you how my peace is like VIP, gets VIP treatment in my life. Um, in my 20s and 30s, I was hustling. I was going with the hustle life because that's what I thought was important. But now I realize that like slowing down, like my peace is important. Um, I have been laid off twice this year within a 5-month period. And when I tell you, y'all, like, I am not worried or concerned at all. Like, I have such a peace about it. I feel like everything happens for a reason. And, um, I was where those two jobs that I just got laid off from, I was happy and, grateful for those jobs. But it was a lot in terms of like my commute. My commute for both of those jobs was like an hour and 15 minutes, both ways. Um, and so it was a lot. But now I just have such a peace. Now that I'm laid off, I feel like at first, I felt like I had perspective when I was still working. But now I feel like I've gained even more perspective where I'm like, you know what, Kimberly? Time is short and you got to really do the things and prioritize the things that you feel like you were put on this earth to do. Like, what is your purpose? And where I enjoy working, and of course, I need the paycheck. Now I'm like, you know what? I enjoy putting together content. I enjoy coming on YouTube, talking to you guys, putting together content about real life stuff. And so it's just giving me perspective to say, you know what? What I'm going to do every day is I'm just going to show up in these videos every day because this is what I love to do. This doesn't call for hustling or anything like that. This is just me being in my peaceful place where I'm sharing my life experiences with you in hopes that it'll help you to grow and evolve as a person. And so learning to savor every moment, learning to be present in every moment, that is what this layoff has done for me. Like, it has just read up my peace. Like, I'm so at peace. And whatever happens, happens. Like, it's not going to be the end of the world. My family will be taken care of, but I am at peace. I am at peace and I'm doing what I love. And I think that is what we have to come back to. The body's wisdom. Let's talk about the body, y'all, because your 50s will make you listen whether you want to or not. In my 20s, I could stay up all night, eat fast food for breakfast, keep moving like nothing happened. By my 40s, I was feeling little whispers, knee pain here, fatigue there, but I kept pushing through like I was invincible. But then one day in my 50s, after a long, hard day at work, working overtime and a hard day at work, I came home completely wiped out. Not just tired, but soul exhaustion, like so deep exhaustion. I remember sitting on the edge of my bed thinking, girl, Kimberly, you can't keep living like this. You cannot keep living like this. My body was telling me the truth. You can't pour from an empty cup. So I started listening, going to bed early, drinking water like it was my job, walking outside instead of sitting at a desk all day, scheduling doctor's appointments that I used to cancel because I thought work was more important. And guess what? My energy came back immediately. Not because I pushed harder, though, but because I started caring for the one body that I get in this life. In your 50s, you got to listen to your body. It's not betraying you, it's asking you to finally take care of it. Excuse me. And I don't know, where are my menopause girlies? My perimenopause, my menopause girlies. Y'all know in your 50s, that perimenopause and that menopause is no joke. I am in perimenopause now. I have, let's see, this is September. I have 2 more months before I have had no cycle for 12 months. Sorry, guys who are listening. But I have 2 more months. And after that, I'm going to be in menopause. But the perimenopause is no joke. Like, why didn't they tell me about, that it wasn't just about sweats, but that it was about brain fog, that it was about dry skin, um, that it was about, what other symptoms do I have? Um, um, Not sleeping, insomnia. Like, why didn't people tell me? Why didn't people warn me about that? Like, I was like, for real? For real, y'all? All you talk about is the hot flashes, but it's so much more to this perimenopause stuff. But even going through the perimenopause symptoms, really doing what I need to do to get my hormones intact, whether it's eating right, going for walks and exercising, taking my vitamins and my daily supplements, doing all of the things that I can do um, to meet this perimenopause where it is. But um, just finally taking care of our bodies. And I believe the only way we can take care of our bodies is if we're present. And if we are in that hustle culture, that hustle mentality, we're not present. We're not present. We are letting days escape us, and pass us by. We're not present. So the body's wisdom, listening to the body's wisdom. Also, relationships that feel like home. Here's what else your 50s teach you. You don't have time for relationships that feel heavy, one-sided, or fake. Listen, I am not into the fakeness at all. Like, we got to keep it 100. We got to be 100 with each other. In my 30s and 40s, I kept friendships alive out of obligation. I went to every event, showed up for people who didn't always show up for me. I stayed in conversations that left me drained because I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. No, I'm good. Not no more. Then in my 50s, I stopped. I stopped. I skipped a big gathering once, a birthday party for someone who barely checked in on me when I was struggling, or even when I wasn't struggling, she didn't check in on me. And instead, I spent the evening with one close friend. Guys who listening, I'm sorry. We sat on a porch, ate homemade food, had our tea, our sweet tea, and we laughed until midnight about nothing and everything. That night was better than any party. It was warm, it was safe, and it was real. Now I choose people who feel like home to me. People who let me be quiet if I want to be quiet. People who listen as much as they talk. And people who don't keep score. In your 50s, prioritize quantity over quality. I'm sorry, prioritize quality over quantity. Let go of relationships that cost you your peace. So quality over quantity. I used to think in my 30s and 40s, um, I used to think that I needed a bunch of friendships, like for real. Like I used to think that like it was dope to have like, 30 friends. And I let me tell you, it was a juggle trying to keep up with all of them. But I was young and vibrant, so I was like, "Oh, me and so gonna go here today, and then I'm gonna call this person, and we're gonna go here today, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna, and it was draining because I was trying to keep up with all of those friendships, and I thought that I needed that because I was a person that enjoyed and loved community. And I still do love and enjoy community, but now I'm leaning into my close circle. My circle has gotten so small, and it's okay with me. It's okay that my circle has gotten small. Like, I think about my wedding, y'all. I had like 15 bridesmaids, and I think I only speak to one person, one of those 15 today. Um, and so again, it's quality over quantity. Um, so just, finding relationships that feel like home, closing that circle and not being afraid to close the circle. Like it's okay. Redefining success. This one really hits hard. For decades, for a long time, success looked like titles and promotions and awards to me, a bank account that made other people nod in approval. I spent years chasing external validation, and I got some of it. But one day I looked at my calendar. It was jam packed. But y'all, I felt so empty. I felt empty. That's when I started asking different questions like, do you even like yourself, Kimberly? Or just the image of who you are? When was the last time you felt real joy instead of just checking like all the boxes, Kimberly? When was the last time you felt joy? What am I trading my time for, and is it even worth it? Is it worth me trading is what I'm doing worth me trading my time for? Now for me, success looks different. It looks like dinner with people that I love. It looks like work that matters but doesn't consume me. It looks like enough money to be comfortable without letting money control me. Um, it looks like morning walks. It looks like drinking tea. It looks like spending time with my husband and my daughter. It looks like spending time with Kimberly when no one else is around, just enjoying my own company, going to different museums and concerts and different, exploring different coffee shops and drinking different teas. That's what success looks like to me. Success looks like peace, you know? So success isn't about more anymore. It's about enough. In your 50s, success stops being about applause. It becomes about peace. I want to know what's one lesson you've learned in this decade or you want to carry over into it. I want you to write down 3 things you want less of and 3 things you want more of in the next chapter of your life. And I want to hear about it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's help each other grow. But this is my 50s, y'all, and I hope that you guys can take some of this advice and live your 50s to the fullest, where you can become the better version of yourself every single day in your 50s. If this video has helped you, I want you to share it. And I love you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.